Why?
I've got to give him the crime set, haven't I? I'll get a crime set.
You've got to let him shoot you first. Then he becomes a viable target.
But, oh!
There's a car over here.
What?
There's a car over here.
I didn't see which way you went, mate.
The Circle 120.
Hang on, which way did you go?
It's got all the tyres. Just come out into the clearing.
What the
It's got all 4 tyres.
Fuck, try again. He's terribly fucking grenade up there.
What the fuck? Why did you ram me?
I didn't ram you, I rammed the Connie.
Space. The final frontier. Apart from we're going through time. These are the voyages of the starship, except it's the time ship. Ariana.
Stay there. Can't believe you didn't set that one off. Son of a whore. I'll do that. Why not work?
Fucking hell, look at that tree. Been a long time since I've done it. I'm up here. Whoa!
Slow it. Fucking hell.
I'm okay, son. Yeah.
Wait,
Take my next one. It wasn't here.
hang on. Oh, wait.
Yeah, should we jump off at the last second? Genius, yeah.
Dreams.
Oh, well, yeah. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I did. Folks, welcome to day 147 of the Countdown Streamer Challenge from my channel. Today we're going to mow some grass. Well, if Farming Simulator ever loads. Doesn't seem to want to load. But once it does, we will start mowing some grass, because we've only got 2 days left before harvests. So we need to get the grass care over and done with. Oh, of course. Did not factor in it getting dark. We'll just point out it's not this dark at 7 minutes past 8 in the evening in real life at the moment, so yeah. But whatever. I have to borrow Martin's tractor for a second to drop off this equipment. Really? Where's the lights? Why are they not on? Do we not pay our bill? Yeah. Why are these lights not on? Is there a switch for them in here? No. Huh. Maybe the game's still under the impression that it's light enough? It's really not, but okay. Which field is it? Oh shit, mower's there. It's over here somewhere, right? The barley, or the oats, whatever it is that's almost ready. Oh, barley, yes. 6 of 6. Wheat is 6 of 7, so that's still got a while. This definitely will be our first. There's an area that says wheat large. I'm happy about that. Just think about honey and wool at some point. Where are you going? Fuck now, we've got 900 grand, I've just realised. I think I just drove over something. Oh well. Right, what have we not done? I think we've done all the ones down there, we've done all the ones up there. 153? Back it up. Wait, where is the field then? What? Obviously I'm in a yard. Makes sense. Where's the fucking field? We're behind that bastard fence. Roll on the game ticking over to summer. It'll actually give us some light at this time of night, like it should be. Here we are. Obviously cosplay. Obviously. Oh, why? Oh, okay. I don't understand why you can't generate one. I'm in a field. Yeah, there we go. So cosplay is going to have me run with lights off as well. So we're just not allowed to see anything. I can't even override it and turn lights on. Unless. No, I don't even get the interactive cockpit stuff. Well, we're just going to have to run in the dark until the game understands it's impossible to see. It's annoying. I want you to know, game, it's really annoying that I can't override the lights. Is there like a setting that says from this time of day turn the lights on? What's fuel safe? Oh, so I figure out a way. Using Pathfinder in turns enables obstacles and fruit. Okay. Maybe we should have that on. No, there's no way of turning lights on. That's bullshit, because it's literally impossible to see what's going on. Thanks, cosplay. At least we go first person, we can see a bit of the cab. I think the game must think that it's still light out, which in real life at this time of night, it is. But no one told the game's lighting. It's not even put like the street lights and that on in game. I can't believe it forces lights off. It's ridiculous. I thought that was a hot air balloon. I didn't realise that was the start point. Or stop point. I'm not actually entirely sure. Start point. It's on the map. Just look at it down there on the bottom left. Well, I suppose while it's doing that, we can look in the map. Right. $55, I'm sure we did. I'm sure we've done those two. I know we've been up and done all of those three. So I think it is just 153. Which we're doing now. 157 is obviously the grain crop. I think that's wheat actually. I think we were growing that for the chickens. So what have we got? We've essentially got 2 fields next month. Well, 2 days time, we've got 2 fields. And then 2 fields the month after, and then 2 fields the month after that. For June, July, and August. 3 fields. 1, 2, 3. Why August? Why have we managed to fall into that? And how are we harvesting our barley early? Oh my god, are the lights on now? Hey, the game's recognised that it's dark. Finally. I want to look at time saving stock check. Grass 1.4, hay 1.3, straw 7.1, silage 3.1. So hay. Turn into hay. Because grass is just for the sheep. Wool is a good time to sell right now. So we are holding on to £1 million worth of stock just in here. Ignore the eggs. They shouldn't still be ours. They need to be gotten rid of. We've got a lot of slurry. Well, say that, there's not going to be not a massive amount. Their food's alright. Oh yeah, slurry tanks. Almost 200,000 litres in both. Cool. Oh god, I only fed them like 2 days ago. Why is it already so low? I hate that timer. It's like, yeah, no, it's 26 minutes, 5 seconds. But we don't count down while we're lining up for the next row. Only counts down while we're on the move. See, paused. 25:27. There's only 2 months left of this year of farming. I find crazy. It must have been around this time a year ago we were starting to set up the oaks, and we had the idea that we're taking over a rundown farm and trying to save it, it's in debt, all this kind of stuff, and we were setting it up, and the original oaks map that we were going to use was like all modern, and we're like, we're supposed to be taking over a rundown farm, it doesn't look like old and not well maintained and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I just happened to see a video from Farmers in Briscoe advertising the imminent release of the vintage oaks, which was exactly the kind of feel we wanted, the kind of look. So we were counting down. We had the oaks ready to go. We're planning to, as a last resort, start on that if we had to. But of course, once we start. There's no changing maps. Which is like, because this is the first release of the vintage oaks. So there's bugs and issues with the map that Farmers in Briscoe has since worked out, but we can't update the map without starting again. So we knew going into it would be stuck with the very first version, or thereabouts. The first version, we wouldn't be able to update it if there was bugs in that. Which, to be fair, we've not yet encountered like a game-breaking bug, which is good. We know with a game-breaking bug, we know if we chop down an oak tree, it can corrupt our save. I do intend to chop down an oak tree to test that at the end of the year. I don't think we've actually chopped down any trees, and that's partly because we've not needed to, and partly because we're too scared to accidentally chop down an oak tree. But we've stayed away from logging completely this year. We didn't want to use that because we didn't want it to be too easy. And here we are sat with 900 grand in the bank, not worrying, because yeah, we were kind of hoping that at this point of the year we'd be panicking that we might not be able to make the targets and get the bonuses and pass the challenge, but here we are. We succeeded quite early on. We met the stretch goal, which I think we genuinely thought would be impossible to reach. Yeah. Trotters is set to make a fair bit out of this. So hang on, where's my phone? Because Trotters isn't, like, it's making a bit of income because Trotters is paid to manage the oaks. So yeah, so obviously Trotters is paying out mine, Martin and Butters' wages, which is guaranteed. Trotters is guaranteed to lose 5 grand a month because it pays 2,500 to me and Martin, and then whatever Butters earns, he could. I'm just gonna work it out now. Times that by 7, times that by 4. He has the potential to make £41,664 a month. That would require him to work 24/7. So yeah, he'd have to be on the server working 24/7 for him to be clocked in that long, and it's actually for him to earn that each month. But obviously, yeah, it's paying out our wages and that. But even so, Trotters has already made a net profit of £20,311 just from management fees. The money the bank's giving Trotters farming division just to manage the oaks. So Trotters has made money before we get paid our bonus. We have explained it a couple of times on streams, but I'll explain it again. We will make anything, so we take home anything over the operating cash, and the operating cash is we always work out as 500 grand. So the operating cash for the Oaks is £500,000. So anything in the Oaks bank above £500,000, Trotter's farming division takes with it when we leave. So long as we paid off the vehicle loans, we get, I can't remember if we said we get 10% cut of the vehicle sales, or if we get like a randomized amount from the vehicle sales. But for argument's sake, we'll say we get 10% cut. And then we gave ourselves a stretch goal of paying off the land debt, because there was what was it? I think it worked out as something like 7 years. I want to say 7 years mortgage left on the land debt, which worked out somewhere like 3.5 million, 4 million that needed to be paid off, which the Oaks has now fully paid off. So technically the bank is still holding the land, which they can't anymore because the land debt's paid off, but we'll get a kickback from that as well. So we have got all of the harvest income that is going into the Trotters bank account effectively now, because we're over operating cash. So we could easily say, well, the cows bring in about 200 to 250,000 a month. So we'll say 200,000 for argument's sake. So that's 400,000 still to go into the account because there's still 2 months left. So we're up to 1.3. I think that's it, 1.3 million. And then we've probably got 500 to a million in, well, it depends on our sales and how good we can get the deals for our sales, but we've probably got like close to 1 million from harvest sales to come in. So that'll leave us at what, 2.3. So we're going to be taking 1.3 out. No, we're not. Yeah. No. We'll be taking whatever that works out as. Yeah. 2.3. We'll be taking 1.8 million as our profit over to Trotters. Trotters is currently sitting at a bank balance of 3.6 million, so we'll be going up to like 4.5 ish. So it's going to be over 4.5 because it's going to be one. It's going to be over 5 million we're going to have in the bank account. But then the idea we've got for next year is the Trotters is going to use that, for argument's sake, 5 million, and we're going to go and buy land, buy equipment, and set up a Trotters farm. And we need to try and maintain that 500 operating cash because we need to be able to operate that farm. But we're not going to take where we come into a farm and they've got most of the equipment we need and land and all that. We're going to have none of that. We're going to have our 5 million. We're going to walk into town and go, let's buy some land. Let's buy some buildings. Let's buy some equipment. And we're not going to be able to have the best. Well, we'll have around 5 million. Amazing, yeah. But, you know, some of the equipment's like $250,000. So we're not going to be able to buy the best stuff. I do want to start in August, ideally, because that's when the game starts its farming year. But yeah, we might not be able to because of mods and that kind of stuff that we're waiting on. Because the realism mods aren't really there. The Farming Sim 25 mods just haven't really come out yet. We're still waiting on a lot. So that may delay us being able to start our year of farming on Farming Sim 25. Which is a shame. I will be happy to see the back of these cows though. Honestly. They just eat way too much. I know one thing me and Martin were talking about is selling like half the herd. Because it will give us more time. It means we'll make less on milk sales. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. Instead of making 400 grand in the next 2 months, we'll probably make 200 grand. Which is not bad at all, really. But it will double the amount of time we have in between having to feed the cows, pretty much. Where we have to come on about every 3 to 4 days at a push. We might actually get a week. We might be able to go a week without having to feed them. Which will be nice. It's Sunday. I just about jumped on in time to save our herd. We've got like 2 passes left. Something like that. We're not going to TED this or pick it up tonight, so as soon as this is mowed, we'll head back to the yard, call it a night there, and then probably tomorrow at some point I'll jump on and TED it and bale it, pick it up, drop it off. And then in terms of grass care, we are done for the year, I think. We probably could get another mow out of it. Well, we could get another mow out of it. There's no problem. We would be able to. But we're going to be rushing to turn around fields, so we won't. Because we'll be rushing. I need to check as well if our host charges the same amount per month for Farming Sim 25 slots as they do for Farming Sim 22 slots. Because we pay for a game cloud, you can put any game on that. So long as it's at the same tier as the game you've got. Or we can go where I think we've got 4 slots on this. I think we can get like a 6 slot server for something else because of the price difference kind of thing. I'm just hoping that the price difference isn't massive for Farming Sim 25 and we can still get at least 3 slots. Oh, still going to be a little bit in there. No, don't turn them off. Why are you turning them up? Oh, my controller's turned off as well. My controller's dead. That's amazing. Keyboard driving. Just get this a little bit. Or we might not because it's keyboard driving. Cool. We are not keyboard driving this back to the yard. I don't even know if I'm heading the right way to get out of this field. I think I might be. It's way too dark. Where's the way out? There we go, that'll do. That'll get us out. We don't want to go to Cantley Dairy Farm, we just want to go to the Oaks Cantley. Off we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna go hunting for batteries for my controller just to drive back to the yard. I believe that was the last field of grass to mow. So these mowers can be put away and they're done. Huh. Why are the hazards on now? What? So I will miss from this tractor, the way it does its indicators. So you got the top left and right, which is for the tractor, and then you've got the bottom. And I've got a cursor that I can use. And we've got these ones. So that's indicators on the front implement, that's indicators on the back implement. I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. There'll be a lot about this tractor I'll miss. Unfortunately for the map we've picked out for next year, if we do end up doing that map, this tractor will be too big for. And as it currently stands, this tractor is not there. There's no mod for it in 25, so it can't come with me. Whatever hours it sits on at the end is, I think, what it will be. I've driven it for 2 years. Almost put 179 hours on it. How many days have I spent sat driving this tractor? I want to know now. We're going to say 179 because it's close. It'll tick over. Probably not that long. Fucking hell, 7 point... if we're rounding up, 7.5 days. I spent a week of my life driving this tractor. Hey, at least the yard lights are on now. Fuck, it's so hard to drive keyboard and mouse. I might be able to fit those through. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. We don't unfold that. Not in here. Okay. I will quickly log in as admin to lay down a save. And that is where we will call today. Right. yes, I shall call my stream here for today. So a massive thank you to those who joined me today. But if you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, don't forget to follow the channel, follow Twitter, subscribe to YouTube, all that fun stuff. Links are below the channel. You can, of course, subscribe to the channel if you wish to do so. If you've got Amazon Prime, get Twitch Prime. If you've got Twitch Prime, you can subscribe for free. Also, if you wish to do so. But as I didn't say, I'll be back tomorrow around 7 p.m. BST for day 148 of the Countdown Streamer Day Challenge. I do hope to see you tomorrow.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were